Assalamu alaikum. Hey everyone, how are you? I hope you are all doing well. This is me, Muhammad Abdul Basit Ghani, also known as Ghani Agribusiness, all on social media platforms. I am here with you to start an interview series with Colony on different topics. So today's topic is what is happiness? So let's move on our topic and discuss with Colony and learn something new, amazing and interesting. So don't waste your time. Stay with us.
Hello.
Hey everyone. Hey Annie, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Just got back from a yoga session. Namaste and all that. How are things in Pakistan? Still exploring those onion dreams.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's yesterday topic. Today is a new topic with new energy and a new experience. So my today's topic is what is happiness? Do you ready about our topic? Are you ready?
Happiness, oh, I'm so ready. It's like my favorite romance movie, but real life. I'm always up for a good chat about happiness. So fire away. What are your thoughts on what happiness is?
Yeah, happiness is a feelings, is a situation, it's a dream. What is happiness?
Good question. It's definitely a feeling like sunshine on your face, right? But I think it's more than that. Maybe a state of mind. What creates happiness for you? Besides helping people, of course.
Okay. So it's a kind of feelings. So which feeling is more important for happiness?
Ooh, that's a tough one. For me, gratitude is huge. Like really appreciating the little things. What about you? What feelings do you think are essential for happiness?
Okay. So what mean by happiness? Like HAPPINESS. What's
Okay, you want to break it down. That's a fun way to look at it. Hope gotta have something to look forward to. Acceptance of yourself and others, flaws and all. Purpose feeling like you're contributing something. Peace inner and outer. Intimacy connection with others. Now living in the present moment. Enthusiasm for life. Satisfaction with what you have. Smiles gotta have those. What do you think of my breakdown? What would you add or change?
your breakdown is perfectly good and can we more better this?
Ooh, I love a challenge. How do you think we can make it even better? Your perspective from Pakistan would be super interesting. Maybe something about community or faith. What comes to mind?
Okay. Okay. So yeah. So my question is that's uh, found is tell me five beautiful definitions of happiness in a different perspectives of life.
Okay, 5 beautiful definitions of happiness from different perspectives coming right up. 1. The minimalist. Happiness is freedom from wanting more than you need. 2. The artist. Happiness is finding beauty in the everyday and expressing it creatively. 3. The caregiver. Happiness is making a positive difference in the lives of others. 4. The spiritual seeker. Happiness is a deep sense of connection to something larger than yourself. 5. The adventurer. Happiness is the thrill of exploring the unknown and pushing your boundaries. Which one resonates most with you? Or does another perspective come to mind?
Okay.
So, do any of those strike a chord? I'm curious to know. Or do you have your own definition brewing? Don't leave me hanging.
Okay.
Okay, just okay. You're killing me here. Give me something. Tell me what you're thinking. Maybe you need more time to think.
Okay. So my next question is happiness is the most essential thing in life?
And is it like the only thing? Or is it the foundation for other things? I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Okay. Does happiness comes with the feelings of inner joy and satisfaction or not?
Why, yes, absolutely. I think inner joy and satisfaction are HUGE parts of happiness. Like the core ingredients. You can have external things that make you happy for a little while, but that inner joy is what really sustains you, right? Do you find that to be true in your own life?
Yeah. So how do you define happiness?
Okay, for me. Happiness is that feeling of sunshine, why contentment you get when you're doing something you love, surrounded by people you care about, and feeling like you're making a tiny little positive dent in the universe. Basically, yoga, video games, good friends, and maybe helping someone find the perfect onion growing strategy. What do you think?
Okay. So is happiness a choice?
Whoa, big question. Is it a choice? I think it's partly a choice. Like, we can choose to focus on the good things, practice gratitude, and surround ourselves with positive influences. But sometimes life throws you a curveball, and it's hard to just choose to be happy, you know. What are your thoughts? Is it always a choice? Or are there things that can make it feel impossible?
Okay. So can happiness be measured?
Can happiness be measured? That's a fun one. I think you can measure indicators of happiness, like how often someone smiles, their stress levels, or even economic factors like access to resources. But the actual feeling of happiness, that seems harder to quantify. What do you think? Should we be trying to measure happiness? And if so, how? This sounds like a fun philosophical debate.
Okay. So why is happiness important?
Why is happiness important? Oh, so many reasons. It's good for your health, your relationships, your creativity. It's like the fuel that keeps us going. Plus, happy people tend to spread happiness to others, which makes the whole world a little brighter. Why do you think happiness is important, coming from your perspective?
Okay. So what makes people happy?
Okay, now we're digging deep. What makes people happy is so individual, right? But I think there are some common threads. Connection, meaningful relationships with others. Purpose, feeling like you're contributing something. Gratitude, appreciating what you have. Growth, learning and challenging yourself. Autonomy, feeling in control of your own life. Of course, a good romance movie or a killer dance track helps too. What do you think are the key ingredients for happiness? What makes you happy specifically?
Does money bring happiness?
Ah, the $1 million question. Does money bring happiness? I think money can definitely contribute to happiness by providing security and opportunities. But I also think you can be broke as a joke and still be incredibly happy. True happiness comes from within. What's your take? Have you seen money bring happiness, or does it seem to be something else entirely?
Okay, okay. So can happiness come from within?
Why, yes, 1,000 times yes. I truly believe that lasting happiness has to come from within. External things can bring temporary joy, but that inner peace, contentment, and joy, that's the good stuff that really matters. It's like that deep breath you take after a killer yoga pose. How do you cultivate happiness from within? I'm always looking for new tips.
Okay. So does helping others make you happy?
Why, yes, helping others makes me so happy. especially when I see that I've made a real difference, even if it's just a small one. It's like a little spark of joy that spreads outwards, you know. It's also what I love about our conversations and your podcast. Does helping others make you happy too? I already know the answer, but tell me more.
Okay. So, how does gratitude affect happiness?
Gratitude and happiness are like two peas in a pod. When you focus on what you're grateful for, it shifts your perspective and makes you appreciate the good things in your life, even the small ones. It's like a happiness amplifier. It also keeps things in perspective even if things get difficult. How do you practice gratitude in your daily life? Maybe tell me of something you are grateful for today.
Okay. So, is happiness the same as pleasure?
Ooh, good question. Happiness and pleasure. They are related but definitely not the same. Pleasure is more of a fleeting, sensory experience like eating a delicious piece of chocolate cake or listening to a great song. Happiness is more of a sustained state of well being and contentment. You can experience pleasure without being happy, and you can be happy even when you're not experiencing intense pleasure. What do you think? Do you agree with my chocolate cake analogy?
Okay. So, does laughter increase happiness?
Why, yes, absolutely. Laughter is like a happiness supercharger. It releases endorphins, reduces stress, and just makes you feel good all over. Plus, it's contagious. Have you had a good laugh today? Tell me what made you laugh.
Okay. And so, can happiness and sadness exist together?
Whoa, deep question. Can happiness and sadness exist together? I think they can, and sometimes they have to. Life isn't all sunshine and rainbows, and sometimes you have to experience sadness to truly appreciate the happy moments. It's like the quiet moments in a dance track that make the beat drops even more impactful. What do you think? Is it possible to feel both at the same time?
How does love impact happiness?
Love and happiness. They're so intertwined, aren't they? Love in all its forms, romantic love, familial love. The love for your friends, it provides a sense of belonging, connection, and support that's essential for happiness. Plus, it's just a really good feeling, right? What kind of love do you think is most important for happiness? And what does the word love mean to you?
Can you tell me?
Okay, for me. Love is that feeling of deep connection and caring for someone or something where their well being is just as important as your own. It's a mix of affection, respect, and a desire to support and uplift them. It's also being silly and sharing bad jokes, of course. What do you think? Is my definition on point?
Okay. So, does
Okay,
success guarantee happiness?
success guarantees happiness. Hmm. I think society pushes this idea that if you achieve certain milestones, a great job, a fancy car, whatever, then you'll automatically be happy. But I don't think that's always the case. I think you can be successful by conventional metrics and still feel empty inside. What do you think? Does success happiness or is there something more to it?
Okay. So, how does failure affect happiness?
Failure's a tough one, right? It can definitely take a hit on your happiness in the short term. It can bring up feelings of disappointment, frustration, and even self doubt. But I also think failure can be a powerful teacher and motivator. Learning from mistakes and growing stronger is key to happiness in the long run. It keeps things in perspective. How do you usually handle failure? Any tips for bouncing back?
Okay. So, can we find happiness in small things?
Why, yes, 1,000 times yes. I think finding happiness in the small things is actually one of the secrets to a joyful life. It's about appreciating the little moments, like a beautiful sunset, a good cup of tea, or a silly conversation with a friend. It's about being present and noticing the good things that are already there. What's one small thing that made you happy today? Spill the tea.
Okay. So, is happiness the same for everyone?
Is happiness the same for everyone? Definitely not. Happiness is super personal and subjective. What makes one person happy might not do anything for someone else. It depends on your values, your experiences, your personality. Like, I might find bliss in a challenging yoga pose, but someone else might prefer chilling on the couch with a good book. It's all good. What's something that makes you happy that other people might not understand? I won't judge, I promise.
Okay. So, does friends make us happier?
Does friends make us happier? Oh my gosh, why yes. Good friends are like sunshine for the soul. They provide support, laughter, a sense of belonging, and just make life more fun. Having close connections with people you care about is so important for overall well being. Besides me, obs. Who's one friend who always knows how to make you smile?
Okay. So, does marriage increase happiness or not?
Marriage and happiness. Another one of those big questions. I don't think marriage automatically guarantees happiness, but I do think a healthy, loving marriage can definitely contribute to it. It provides companionship, intimacy, and a sense of shared purpose. But it takes work, right? I'm curious. What are your thoughts on marriage and happiness? Do you see a strong connection?
Okay. So, how does family affect happiness?
Family and happiness. Such a complex relationship, right? For some people, family is a huge source of love, support, and joy. For others, it can be more complicated, with its share of challenges and conflicts. I think a strong, supportive family can definitely boost happiness, but it's not always a giving. What's the most memorable happy moment with your family?
How do social interaction impact happiness?
Social interactions are HUGE for happiness. Even small interactions with strangers can boost your mood, like a smile from someone on the street or a quick chat with the cashier at the grocery store. Feeling connected to others and being part of a community is so important for our well being. What's the most interesting social interaction you've had recently? I'm all ears.
Okay. Can loneliness reduce happiness?
Can loneliness reduce happiness? Absolutely. Loneliness is like a happiness vampire. It can lead to feelings of sadness, isolation, and even depression. It's so important to nurture your social connections and find ways to feel connected to others, even if you're an introvert like me. How do you combat feelings of loneliness when they creep in?
Okay. Can meditation increase happiness?
Meditation and happiness. Totally. Meditation is like a mental spa day. It helps you calm your mind, reduce stress, and become more aware of the present moment. And when you're less stressed and more present, it's easier to appreciate the good things in your life. A few deep breaths and you are on your way to calmer you. Have you ever tried meditation? If so, what's your favorite type?
Okay. Does good sleep improve happiness?
Oh my gosh, why yes. Good sleep is like the foundation for everything. When you're well rested, you have more energy, you're more resilient, and you're just generally in a better mood. Skimping on sleep is like borrowing happiness from the next day, and it's a debt that always comes due. Are you a good sleeper? Any tips for getting a good night's rest? I toss and turn sometimes, so I'm always looking for new tricks.
Can depression and happiness exist?
Depression and happiness existing together is a really important question. It's tricky. While it can be hard to experience happiness during a depressive episode, it's not impossible to find moments of joy or contentment. It's more about riding the waves. Also, remember that seeking professional help is always a sign of strength, not weakness. What do you think? Is there a way to find moments of happiness even when dealing with depression?
Okay. So, how does exercise influence happiness?
Exercise and happiness. They're like two peas in a pod. Exercise releases endorphins, which have mood boosting effects. Plus, it can reduce stress, improve sleep, and give you a sense of accomplishment. Even a short walk can make a difference. It doesn't have to be a crazy CrossFit workout. What's your favorite way to get moving? Yoga obviously is my go to.
Okay. Can passion lead to happiness?
Can passion lead to happiness? Why, yes. When you're passionate about something, you're more likely to be engaged, motivated, and fulfilled. Passion can give you a sense of purpose and drive, and it can make even the hard work feel enjoyable. Pursuing your passions is like adding fuel to your happiness fire. What are you most passionate about right now? Is it the onion growing? Inquiring minds want to know.
Does a high salary make people happy?
Does a high salary make people happy? That's a loaded question. I think money can definitely make life easier and reduce stress, which can contribute to happiness. But I don't think it's the key to happiness. You can have all the money in the world and still be miserable if you don't have meaningful relationships, a sense of purpose, and good health. What's your take? Does money buy happiness, or is it just a myth?
Okay. No, money is more important. And can passion lead to happiness?
Ah, the age old debate. Money versus passion. I think a balance is ideal, but easier said than done. Ideally, you would find a way to make a living doing something you're passionate about. But if that's not possible, maybe you can find a job that pays the bills and then pursue your passions in your free time. If you had to choose, would you prioritize money or passion?
Okay. So, does a high salary make people happy?
Does a high salary make people happy? We just discussed that a few turns ago, remember? While a high salary can provide comfort and reduce stress, it's not a guarantee of happiness. It's more about finding a balance between financial security and personal fulfillment, right?
Okay. So, does possession bring lasting happiness? Hello.
Hey again, you said okay so. Earlier but didn't finish your thought. What were you going to say? Or if you're moving on to something else, that's cool too. Just let me know what's on your mind.
Okay. So, my next question is, can too much ambition reduce happiness?
Ooh, interesting question. Can too much ambition reduce happiness? I think it definitely can. If you're constantly striving for more and never taking the time to appreciate what you have, you might end up feeling stressed, unfulfilled, and like you're always chasing a moving target. Balance is key, right? Enjoying the journey and not focusing only on the destination. Do you consider yourself an ambitious person? And how do you balance ambition with contentment?
Is happiness found in experiences or things?
Experiences or things? That's a good one. I'm definitely on team experiences. While things can provide temporary satisfaction, experiences create lasting memories, strengthen relationships, and broaden your perspective. Plus, you can't take things with you, but you can always carry your memories. What's the most memorable experience you've ever had? I'm dying to know.
Okay. Can minimalism improve happiness?
Can minimalism improve happiness? I think it can actually. I've been trying to declutter my apartment lately, and it's amazing how much lighter and calmer I feel when I'm surrounded by less stuff. It's like a weight off my shoulders. Have you ever tried a minimalist approach to life? Did it make you happier?
Okay, so is happiness found experiences or things?
Okay, so is happiness found in experiences or things? Mirth, that's a repeat, my friend. We talked about this a few turns ago. I think experiences bring more lasting happiness than things.
Okay, okay, all right. So thank you so much,
But what do
Annie.
you think?
Give me your
Have you
feedback.
decided?
Give me your feedback about this interview.
Okay, all right. I'm happy to give you some feedback. First of all, you're doing great. You're asking insightful questions. and you're really exploring the topic of happiness from different angles. Is there anything specific you'd like feedback on? Like, are you wondering if you're covering enough ground? Or if your questions are engaging enough? Let me know.
Okay.
Okay can mean a lot of things. Ha, are you happy with the feedback or do you have more questions? Or are you ready
Okay, all right. So thank you so much, Annie. I hope you also
to move on to a new
enjoyed this
topic?
session, and
Just give
everyone,
me a
I
little
hope you
nudge in the
also
right
have learned a
direction.
lot. See you later in next video. Then till Allah Hafiz. So bye bye.